I found out my parents died from a rumor at school. During homeroom, I felt a strange tension in the air. My teacher, Mrs. Langley, looked at me with a strange mixture of pity and hesitation. "Do you want to go home today?" she asked gently. I frowned. "Go home? Why?" She didn't answer directly, just glanced at the class. That's when I noticed something I hadn't before. The entire room had gone eerily silent. Every student avoided my gaze, their eyes darting to the floor, to the clock, to anything but me. My best friend, Kaylee, was staring at me, her cheeks glistening with tears. She motioned for me to leave without saying a word. Her trembling hands and red-rimmed eyes were the only clue I had that something was terribly wrong. "What's happening?" I whispered, my voice shaking. Kaylee shook her head violently. "Just go home, please." Don't ask. I wanted to press for an explanation, but her urgency scared me more than the silence. Confused and worried, I gathered my bag and headed toward the office, hoping someone could tell me what was going on. When I reached the office, my heart nearly stopped. Uncle Fisher was standing there, his face pale and tight with tension. I hadn't expected him to be there, and the moment I saw him, I knew something awful had happened. Hey, sweetheart," he said, his voice breaking. He pulled me into a private room. The office felt smaller than ever, suffocating with the weight of what I was about to hear. I could see it in his eyes before he even spoke. My parents weren't coming home. I don't even know how to start," he began, choking on his words. "Your parents, they were in a car accident over the weekend." The words hit me like a sledgehammer. I froze. What do you mean?" My voice was barely a whisper, my legs weak. "They didn't make it," he said, tears welling in his eyes. "I'm so sorry. I know you were at your friend's house, and no one could reach you in time. I couldn't process it." My hands shook, my knees gave way, and I sank into the chair, trying to make sense of the impossible. Why didn't anyone tell me?" I finally asked, my voice cracking. He swallowed hard. It's complicated. There was a video that leaked from the accident. People at school saw it before anyone could call you. I'm so sorry. I thought I'd heard wrong." "A video?" My stomach dropped. "A video of them?" I asked, my throat tight. He nodded grimly. "Your mom, she was injured, but she was conscious, singing. She was singing that song you love, the one you always hum together." I felt my heart shatter. My mind replayed every moment I had spent at school, every whisper, every glance from the students who now seemed like strangers. The rumor I hadn't understood was the truth, the hardest truth of my life, and the entire school had known before I did. I was completely unprepared, left to piece together my grief alone. I bolted from the room, unable to contain the storm of emotions. The hallways seemed endless as I ran, every step heavier than the last. I felt the weight of every whispered word, every sidelong glance. How could the world be so cruel that I learned the death of my parents not from family, but from rumors? The betrayal of the silence, the secrecy, and the leaked video pierced me more than the loss itself. I stumbled outside, gasping for air, my hands pressed against my chest. Tears blurred my vision. I kept repeating their names, my mom, my dad, hoping that saying them out loud would make me wake up from this nightmare. But it was real. Every step I took reminded me of the world continuing around me, indifferent to the life I had just lost. Eventually, Uncle Fisher found me outside. He wrapped me in his arms, and for the first time since the news, I let myself cry without restraint. He didn't try to speak, didn't try to fix anything. He just held me. It was small comfort, but it was all I had. I realized, between sobs, that nothing would ever feel normal again. School, friends, life itself, they would all carry the shadow of this day. But in that moment, I clung to the only piece of solace I had, the memory of my parents, the song my mom had sung, and the love that hadn't been taken by rumors, by accident, or by grief. That love remained, fragile but unbroken, even as the world around me crumbled.